Should the coronavirus and the sudden change to the stock market change what you're doing with your money? Well, it depends on how you answer these 3 questions. In the face of uncertainty, you must seek wisdom. And that's what we're all about here at the Wise Money channel, helping you take your next wise step in your finances. So if you're not already a subscriber, be sure to do so. Hit that bell for notifications so that you're always up to date on the next wise step that you need to take in your financial life. Now, the stock market is reacting like the coronavirus is the next black plague. Is it? Is it justified? Well, whether it is or it isn't, the market is moving, and the inevitable question is on your mind again. Do you need to make changes with your money because of this? It is certainly scary. Movies have made millions of dollars dramatizing the next viral pandemic, and with so much still unknown about the coronavirus, how it's spreading, how to treat it, it's fairly reasonable that it's already having an impact on the economy. Does this push us into the next recession or a global recession? It's obviously still impossible to know, but for steps on how you can prepare for the next recession, check out this previous video that we made to help you get ready. But for now, the stock market is having such a sudden reaction. Should you make changes with your investments because of the coronavirus? Well, that depends on how you answer these 3 questions. First, do you plan on withdrawing money from your investments in the next 3 years? If your answer is yes, that money should be in low risk, something safe. This isn't a prediction about the spread of the coronavirus and its impact on the stock market, and this isn't market timing either. This is prudent investment philosophy. Money you need in the short term should be invested for the short term, meaning not in high risk. Especially with how well the stock market's performed the past several years, many investors have avoided this principle, and they've kept the money that they've needed in the short term invested more aggressively. Don't make this mistake. If you are drawing money out of your investments, then the money you need in the short term should be in low risk. As a quick example, say you're in retirement or you're planning to retire soon, and you need to draw $3,000 a month from your investments to supplement your Social Security. You should have about $100,000 within your investment account in low-risk investments, meaning money market or some other low-risk tool. And then, honestly, you should probably have another $100,000 or $200,000 in a moderate or medium investment mix of income-producing investments, which is the money that you'll spend, say, 3 to 10 years. If you have this approach in your investment strategy, you have a moat around your financial house, which gives you plenty of time for your long-term investments to go up and down and hopefully recover from any short-term volatility that we're seeing from the coronavirus before you need to live on those dollars. So this is prudent. It's paramount. If you have short-term money that's invested for the long term, you've got to make that change right now. The second question is, are your investments properly diversified? If they aren't, then you probably need to make that change too. Now, I'm not going to belabor this point because we all know the benefits of diversification, not having all your eggs in one basket. But the truth is, diversification is hard to stick to over time because we start looking at our baskets and some of them are doing better than others. And we start taking eggs out of some of those bad baskets and moving those eggs to some good baskets instead. Now, there's no question this has been happening. Why would you want to own bonds when stocks have been doing so well? Stay diversified. This is when that discipline is needed most. Now, will diversification between U.S. and international or large and small cap stocks actually help? I don't know. And I think it depends on how this coronavirus thing plays out. But mathematically, diversification, especially mixing stocks and bonds and other investments, helps manage risk better than being concentrated in just 1 or 2 investment areas. Now, one additional point on diversification is the benefit of rebalancing. This is where every so often you snap your investments back to their original recipe, if you will, selling a little of what's done well and buying into what's done poorly. If you haven't done this recently, then you need to. And I'd actually encourage you to set up automatic rebalancing in your 401k or with your financial planner so that this rebalancing happens like clockwork no matter what happens to the market in the future. Finally, the third question as to whether you need to make changes in your investments due to the coronavirus is, do you have a momentum strategy as part of your investment approach? If you have your short-term money in safe investments and you're properly diversified for your overall financial plan, then the final question is, should any of your investments pivot right now based on the momentum swings in the market? Now, sounds appealing, but if you're doing this based on emotion, I'd tell you not to, because it requires a system to actually do this well. Right now, if you make a decision to sell your long-term investments, what needs to happen for you to be able to say, I want to buy back in? The answer is that you'll buy back in when things are better. And the truth is that's the wrong time to buy back in. You have to buy back in when you don't want to, when things are the ugliest, when everyone's saying it's going to get worse. And without a system, you're just not going to do it. So if you're tempted to make changes with your long-term investments, then you need to have a momentum strategy as part of it. Not all, but part of your long-term investment portfolio. This momentum strategy isn't trying to time the market or predict where things are going. That's impossible to do, just like it's impossible to predict how the coronavirus will actually run its course. But instead, a momentum strategy is going to make quick reactions to how the market's moving. It's a sell discipline and a buy discipline and takes the emotion out of it. If you are using a momentum strategy, then it's likely it's already begun pivoting to safer investments like ours has, which complements the rest of your long-term investment approach. So there you have it. Do you need to make changes in your investments due to the coronavirus? Answer those 3 questions and you'll know what steps to take. Chances are, if you're not doing comprehensive financial planning, then you likely do have some changes to make. And really, that's sort of the 4th question, which leads you to the right answer with those first 3 questions. And that question is, am I doing comprehensive financial planning with a certified financial planner? If you are, then all 6 areas of your financial life are integrated together so that you have one plan, and that's to help you reach your overall financial goals. And then from that, I'm confident you have your short-term money positioned appropriately, you have the right level of diversification, and you're automatically rebalancing for your overall financial plan, and that you have a momentum strategy in your long-term investments if you should. So that might be your first wise step that you need to make in light of everything that's going on. Leave a comment below, leave questions below. If you need some help answering these questions for yourself, reach out to us. And then share this video with others, as I know just about everyone is wondering what they should be doing right now with their money. All right, until next time, my name's Mike Bernard. Now go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.